Welcome into the Walk On podcast. Going to be a great show tonight, and we're glad you're here with us. For the first time in a very long time, it is currently, you can only see me on the screen, so beautiful bald face, but we do have filling in for the intern, the improved producer, third guest, third host. No G-Bone tonight. I know that makes a ton of people very sad. We do have Drake Kulick filling in to produce the show tonight. Drake, welcome to the show.
Hello. Can I make the point that you do not have a bald face? You have a bald head. You, in fact, have the opposite of a bald face. You have a full beard
Is
and
that what I said?
mustache combo. So, yeah, show started off on the wrong foot by you saying you have a bald face, and that's just not true.
I guess that's fair. I thought I misspoke. Bald head, cue ball, back in the chat, previewing Rutgers this week. Really glad that you all can join us. This is fun. This live stuff has been a good. Kevin's going to be here, by the way, at some point. He could just very well be in the wrong.
Or
The wrong.
maybe he just liked the message, just not to show up.
Well, that's what he did last week. He just was like, "Yeah, hey, 7:30, likes the message, just doesn't show." Maybe he didn't want to be associated with what could be talked about tonight. You teased it a little bit on Twitter. I have a feeling we might get a few more viewers on this across X and Facebook and the YouTube than we normally do. If you're here and you haven't had a chance already, let's do a couple bookkeeping things before we get to the main event. Subscribe to the show. Our YouTube has been honestly, it was a big mistake on my end to not dive into the YouTube more and try and build that side of this platform. Obviously, most people consume podcasts through the podcast platforms, but YouTube is a massive thing. People like to watch the show, I guess, see my not bald face, but bald head while I talk. Kevin and myself and Grant and all that interaction. So we are on the chase to 5,000 subscribers, and it would mean the world to us if you could subscribe. And I don't know where that is on the YouTube thing. We appreciate it. Patreon.com if you want more from us. If you found us this season, we're continually building to the kids. And I don't care what they say about us, Drake. We always
What do
have
they say about us?
Well, the guy we're gonna maybe talk about has said a few things about us before.
Okay.
Well,
and we'll see what we can say about him.
Well, and there's been plenty of people who have had bad things to say about us. We're not everybody's vibe. And we never intended to be.
And you know what I say to that, Kluber?
What?
Suck my dick from the back.
Okay, good start. Kevin, welcome to the show.
What's up, boys?
Family program.
Hey, Creamery.
It is officially.
How we doing, Drews?
Hey,
I'm happy that I'm talking with you guys, dude. I rejoined the podcast this year because I missed my friends.
When's the last?
Is this official? Wait,
that sounds very official. I wouldn't. Let's be careful.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I've been showing up on Wednesdays this year
and we love
that because I miss my friends.
Okay, we love that, and you are welcome every Wednesday. People are starting to expect it now,
and Sundays. Let's put it out there.
I'm not gonna lie, Sundays are pretty tough for me, boys, especially during football season.
Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks.
But people are loving it. And in fact, Drake, I got several messages after our last show last week. Tough day on that Wednesday a week ago. And people obviously love when you join. Had several people message, talk to me. I was at like a local CrossFit competition on Saturday morning, and I had a guy come up to me and say, "Man, what Drake had to say on Wednesday's show was actually really great." When you opened it up with the mental health stuff, and I probably got 10 or 12 messages that said, "Hey, relay to Drake that as much silliness as he brings to the show, that was actually really powerful." And so here I am publicly relaying that to you. People enjoyed what you had to say.
And here is me publicly doubling down and saying it's really important to take care of yourself between the ears and don't be ashamed to do so.
Yeah. And we could potentially have the opposite effect tonight. If we get yanked from YouTube or anybody wants to change their mind on Drake after some thoughts on a recent event today, you're free to do that. Free country. I do have a really good.
What if I don't say anything bad though?
Well, and that's the thing. You might surprise people. I do want to read a review. We haven't done this in a while. The Apple reviews are great. It's probably Kevin's favorite segment. This is one we got towards the end of last year, and I just haven't done this in a long time. 1 star. I'm tired of hearing commercials for this podcast that sound like a good topic I want to listen to. I listened to one, and the foul language made it unbearable. I tried to.
Did my mom write that?
I tried to suffer through it, hoping it was a mistake. Since that time, many others have sounded like topics I want to hear. I skipped them because of that one experience. I see tonight it is rated poorly. I don't know where she's seeing that. We're 4.7 out of 5. I wish there was a clean version I could listen to. This person is 65 years old. Has to be.
Yeah, for sure.
Just the way that's written, and I respect it.
There's a chance that person is from my family.
It's actually a Kulick. Last name Kulick.
I was more thinking from the Dene family, but
okay. We have one here, the closer. This is about Grant. This was April of this year. I've enjoyed this podcast for many years. I do miss Drake, even though he's a borderline mental patient.
Not borderline.
That is his strength. I really like how you bring in the closer, Gary, to finish off interviews. He always brings the heat. Hey, hell yeah. You know? So, a couple reviews. Go leave a review if you haven't. Ratings and reviews on the Apple or Spotify platforms. Find us everywhere. Another bookkeeping item. This is nothing set in stone yet, but we had Corey Brada on right before the season. He runs the Hawkeye of the Storm podcast show.
That's a pretty good name.
Hawkeye of the from the Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's good.
He lives in Ames, and so but he covers.
That's even better.
So it's from pretty cool little.
That's like a triple entendre,
right? Awesome show name.
Oh, speaking of new pods or pods in general, you see T. Smitty started doing his own pod
in the car.
Looks pretty cool. In front seat pod or whatever it is.
Dude, that's I watched the Lille episode today.
Yeah.
I really hope at some point I get to ride shotgun with Smitty because that is a good dude. I still enjoy talking to him a lot.
It's a great dude. I don't know what this means, Nate from YouTube. I didn't know Kevin changed his career to motorcycle cop. Is that just because he looks like one?
Because of his mustache?
Yeah, he just looks like a state trooper. I don't know. Kevin would have been great in Super Trooper.
I would have. Is it too late to switch career paths? Can I still do that?
No.
I think most people change their career 7 times. Actually, what I heard when I was growing up.
I thought it was like even 10 or something.
Is that jobs or careers? This is not exactly.
Yeah, I guess I should have said jobs.
Probably jobs.
Yeah.
Jobs. Yeah.
7 different career paths sounds like a wild
50-year experience to the bottom level.
Just keep going back to square one. I was a doctor once and a scientist, and then I was in finance, and now I'm just decided I just really want to be.
Now I do porn.
Just want to flip burgers.
I just want to do construction now. Just want to build houses.
I could.
Anyway, go check Tavon Smith. You'll have to just search him on socials. I'm sure he's got a YouTube and all that. I'll try and put that in the show notes or something.
Now that we're shouting out new things, can I shout out my new business real quick?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Myself and my coach / partner, Bo, AAA, we've started a private investigation security solutions business. It's called Blackbird Solutions LLC. And we are 2 for 2 on cases so far.
Are you okay?
Well, okay.
First 2 cases definitely are tailing somebody suspected of cheating, right?
No, not at all. The first case was helping a woman who is in a domestic violence situation through the court proceedings and everything, and seeing that case through to a close. And the second one was...
So that was more of a security, not an investigation type case?
Right,
okay.
Right. And then the second one was a bit of a stalking issue. And we saw that case through to successful ending as well.
I have so many.
Did that involve you like dragging this dude out
into the desert?
Get out of him, like saying stay away from someone.
Is this? Are you just?
It absolutely did not involve any. It did not involve us laying a finger on anybody.
Okay, that's
So,
good.
sounds like this career path isn't optimal for you, but hope it works out.
Listen, there's gonna come a day where somebody's gonna try me.
You just can't wait for the day.
He can't wait.
He can't fucking wait.
He's so
I
excited.
get in the cage for fun, just to prepare myself for the day.
Oh boy, there's gonna be some article, some fucking news story breaking news out of Queen Creek, Arizona tonight, 7 p.m. news. This man, Drake Kulick, mercilessly beat 17 dudes who quote finally tried him. I wish a motherfucker would.
Big shout out
It's
to
just-
Coach Schultz, who
And it's just
sent
Drake.
me a picture.
Drake's mugshot is just this.
Shout out Coach Schultz for just sending me a picture yesterday of him wearing "I've got a shovel and time" t-shirt to football practice where he coaches the high school football team. I said, Coach, I appreciate you trying to teach these kids how shit's supposed to be done. You know,
That's a great shirt. That's a great shirt for a high school football coach.
agreed. And Coach Schultz is an all-time coach and dude in general, but that's probably the closest thing I have to a second dad besides maybe like my Uncle Trace. Because Coach Schultz been coaching me, fucking known me since I was 5 years old. Legend.
I think he's reached out to the podcast account or maybe my personal account and given us some props and said that he's been listening to the pods before. So yeah, he's
one of those dudes that like the only thing you ever want is to earn his respect. Because if you got his respect, you know you damn well earned it.
Yeah, kind of like all the guys at
Chris Doyle,
yeah,
Coach Diesel.
Yeah, I mean that's the kind of person you get one comment from. They're like giving you props, and you're like, oh, that just made my year. Working that all the way back around. Corey Brada came on the show before. He and Big Grove also partners this season. There is some talks, some brainstorm in the works for anybody who would be interested in this for a first ever live show from the Des Moines area. Corey reached out to me and said, hey, during the bye week, what do you think about meeting up and doing a live show potentially from the Big Grove Des Moines location? I said, I'm 99% in, depending on time and day. And today we got in touch with a few of the people over at Big Grove. We're going to start trying to put that together. So keep an eye out for that.
What week is that?
It'll be the bye week. So we play Rutgers this week, Indiana next week, and then the bye week is the following week.
So it's the exact week I'm going to be gone. That makes sense. That's good.
Oh, yeah, that's actually.
Or wait, would it be October 4th by chance?
I mean, it could be, I suppose. I don't.
So the bye week is October 4th, Kevin?
Yeah.
I might be able to make this work.
You're going to be in Iowa that week?
I can potentially make it work because the Niners play on Thursday.
That would be. We'll see. We'll see what's going on. So anybody
you got a spot in bed next to you, Kevin?
Always.
Wow. That would be
shit.
Good for you.
That'd be something else.
Can you imagine what me and Alyssa would do to this man at the same time?
Dear God. And here we go. I thought there was going to be other things that would be worse tonight, but because I made it a thing, Aaron comments with a super chat, $10. Thanks for the 10. That'll go straight to the kids. Did y'all see Dan Lanning's comment? Dan Lanning's comments about the tragedy last week. His main point was about how the USA could learn a lot from his locker room. People who disagree, who love each other. Powerful stuff. Yes, I assume, Kev, you probably saw that too.
I saw literally that is the only extent of the clip I saw. Like the first 5 seconds, I did not have a chance to watch the whole thing. But
did you see any Drake?
I didn't, but that's a damn good point he just made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. I think that especially a football locker room, because there's over 100 dudes.
From everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like I think one of and actually I remember the real shock to me was when I went down to the Under Armour game before we came to Iowa with all these big top recruits, and like I was the only dude from Iowa, and there was only a couple from the Midwest. I shouldn't have been there in the first place. And I was like, wow. Not only are there some dudes that are physically different than me, but there's a lot of people from a lot of different places with a lot of 17, 18 years different experience. And then you really that's reinforced heavily when you get to college, right? I think every college student recognizes that. That's part of what makes the college experience great is you get to meet people and people from all different parts of the country and backgrounds and family upbringings come together, and you get to really just celebrate differences and be who you are and figure out who you are as a young person, and that is very evident in a locker room. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have any more to say about that, but it's a good lesson on learning to work together, even though you may not be of the exact same belief system.
Yeah, I mean, the benefit of being in a football locker room on a team is you have a common goal.
Yeah,
and it's easy to unite behind a common goal toward working towards the same thing. Not to get too political, but there's a lot of division in this country, and a lot of people don't feel like we're all working towards the same goal of making.
I don't think anybody disagrees with you.
Making this the best place to live that we possibly can. Everyone disagrees about where to go and how to get there. So that's why, yes, it's a great sentiment. I didn't see the whole clip. It comes down to loving each other and respecting one another, but at the same time, a football locker room is not real life. So.
No, it's not. It's fantasy land. And once we graduated, it really became very evident to me just how much of we were living in the pot of gold under the rainbow, dude.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it.
I'll have to watch the whole clip. I would love to see what more he says about it. And it's a great sentiment, right?
Yeah, he had. I mean, it really tough thing to speak out on, but again, like zooming out a little bit, just as a whole, there is a lot there of society and how we go about this life doesn't have to be that hard. Like we make it way harder and more frustrating and stressful than it needs to be, man. Like
greed. That's what greed does.
I don't even know where I was going with that. I was looking at our picture the other day, the last day picture that we took at Benton. How we were all inflated.
Oh, yeah.
We were all so swollen, dude.
Dude, we were big back then.
We were so beefy. I wish I had it on my computer so I could share screen, man.
That when we're just throwing all the leftover beer cans at each other.
Yeah.
That's like a core memory in my brain.
Core memory, dude.
Drake's literally chucking I don't even know
I think they're just leftover Bud Lights that have been in the
seltzers. What is the main seltzer that came out when we were
not High Noons back
White
then?
Claws?
White
Claws. Yeah, Drake was just chucking White Claws shooting an arrow up in the air, basically. I couldn't see.
We were playing 500 with beers and White Claws.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to the Rutgers game. In fact, let's just give a quick shout out.
Do we play in Piscataway or is it in Iowa?
It is not in Iowa. It's out on.
It's
out in Jersey.
Piscataway, New Jersey.
Yeah. Let me Which one of our beautiful sponsors down here should we talk about in this first little ad? Gray's? Dude, I had some chicken. Tonight.
That's family.
I had some chicken tonight, man.
I want to shout out Torrin Young and Grays at the same time because Torrin Young was the honorary captain this week. Shout out to him, man. Very deserving dude to get it because that's an all-around quality human being.
It's your boy,
with a big ass heart. That's a dude that has fucking phenomenal human being. And he went to Grays with probably his family and his buddies or whoever came in for the game with him. And he took some videos showing him giving Grays to people for the first time, and they were just shocked by the chicken lips. And man, shout out Grays and shout out to T Young 28.
He really is like a teddy bear, man. Like he was so people give off energy, and he was so approachable. Talk about a guy that maybe comes from a different background or whatever, but just you could relate to Torin. You could connect on something, and he made you feel like he was one of your best friends, even if you weren't, maybe. And shout out to him and shout out to Grays, Pete and Kim. I think I saw Kim's congratulations of coaches 206, and there was like a picture from like what looked to be about 10 years ago because KF was looking a little less gray, and they're just, man, talk about friends of the program. Not even our program, the actual program. Good people. I've had so many people, by the way, this is how we know it's working is so many people just like DMing being like, oh my God, Grays is actually elite. And then I just send them back like, yeah, dude.
You think we're lying?
Grays has been behind the north side of the stadium passing out chicken lips for both games. Have they really? Not surprised. That's a baller move. I mean, why would
that is a baller move?
Can you imagine if there was like a little, like a little food?
Imagine walking by and getting a chicken lip sampler. Are you shitting me?
God, that'd be great.
There's nothing better than just getting a random chicken lip. Like you weren't even expecting it, and just boom, now you have one.
And just bang chicken lip to the head.
Maybe you had a couple pops beforehand too.
A couple pops, man. And we want to thank FanDuel as well. FanDuel, the only sports book you should be using this year. Wash Up Walk-Ons this season, brought to you by FanDuel. We'll get to them later in the podcast. Awards winners full effect tonight. The man himself is here, so we'll have plenty of odds from the FanDuel app. Okay,
I miss D-Bone.
I do too. He makes the awards winner so much better.
We got to rename the segment.
To what?
It's becoming his segment.
It really is becoming his segment. But okay, actually, I wanted to bring, now that it was us three, I don't remember the last time it was us three with no Grant. It's been a very long time.
Very long time.
Probably been a hot minute. Yeah.
So this feels very good in a way. Not that I like Grant being gone since he's a part of it now, but like, how about
this is the OG Wash Up Walk-Ons podcast from 10 years ago or whatever.
How about the home run that we hit with Grant?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean,
the funny thing
we didn't even take a swing.
That's what I was just about to say. That was my point, is that he hit the home run for us.
We got intentionally walked all the way around the base.
All the way around, man.
4 times.
What blows my mind is he's not the first, like University of, it's not like we have dozens like some other podcasts, but before Grant, we probably had 5 or 8, a handful of students or other people who like the show reach out and say, hey, I'd love to help if I can. Can I make clips? I can produce all this stuff. And I just never had there was nothing that ever in my head was like, we don't really need it. And then for some reason, Grant reaching out, something about him, I had no idea who he was. I was like, you know what? I'm going to set up a Zoom with this kid and see what he's about. 10 out of 10, man. He joined us in the January of 23 for that spring. So he's been with us for almost 3 full years, 23, 24, 25. And in almost 3 years, I haven't heard a single negative thing about Grant Allen. Every single one is like, oh my, where did you find G-Bone? He's the best thing you've ever done.
Right. Except for start the pod, dickheads. That was a pretty good thing.
I had to start the pod first. That was definitely one thing. Okay. I debated giving this any energy. Okay. And
why are you giving it energy, Kluwer?
Well, good question. Love that you asked, Drake. And it's because first, we've been asked a lot about it. There's, half of the people in here are like, hey, you need to shit on Rob Howe or Ho or whatever his last name is. And that's not a joke. I don't know how you pronounce it. But the other thing is like, and I almost don't want to tear this guy apart. One, he probably wants that. Me mentioning his name is already giving him more. I mean, him being mentioned on this show is more eyes and ears than he's probably had in a very long time. And that, again, is also not a slight. Just from what I can tell, I blocked him and muted him a long time ago on socials. I don't even think he's employed by anybody anymore. Looks like he's a freelance writer from what I can tell, the sentiment from like 99% of people is that they hate him. I don't want to like shit on this guy. I think this guy might be in a bad spot. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, the article he wrote is so far past journalism, and more so to the vibe and the feeling of just like personal vendetta and just outright.
It was a pure personal attack.
Yeah, disrespect and hit piece on a man that is pretty much celebrated by everyone. Even the people who don't like him and want him to move on sooner than later are able to sit down and be like, yeah, I mean, what he's done is definitely he deserves praise and like congrats for that. And for those that are not aware of the article that came out and haven't read it, it's not worth your time. I'm not going to post it. I'm not going to tell you where to get it. It's not worth it. But it essentially says celebrating KF's wins overshadows what he's done, what the other things that he's done. And then the other things that he's done is him referencing basically the Rhabdo 15 years ago and the racism stuff that happened in 2020. And it's just like the basis of that is like, okay, so this man, potentially even this program, just no basis, can't celebrate anything they do because of these few things that are part of the history becoming more and more past history of the. It's just a wild.
And one of them was just clearly blindly false.
Well, I'm assuming you're referencing the 2020 stuff.
Yeah. And you like how I said clearly blindly?
Yeah. I think
made sense.
The more I've heard about the Rhabdo stuff, that actually was like completely overblown and like a nothing burger too. Almost like they were ahead of their.
Basically, only one guy actually had Rhabdo.
Actually had real Rhabdo, yeah.
And he probably didn't work out for a while beforehand. That was his fault.
No, but yeah. So if anybody curious about that, by the way, they classified Rhabdo back then by a test, a blood test, a certain number, and all these guys were above 100 or whatever, right? They tested them later in the year, like in camp, when everybody was fine. Everybody was still above 100. So they just basically said all these guys had Rhabdo, or the doctors said that they classified as having Rhabdo, when legitimately only one guy did. Still not good that the guy had Rhabdo, right? But it was massively overblown. I'm sure that I'm not even going to say his name anymore, but I'm sure he doesn't know that. I'm sure he never researched that or looked into it. And on the racism stuff, it's like, this guy perpetuated stories and accounts that he didn't verify. He never looked into. He retweeted stuff that was super defamatory and false. And just because it was his narrative and it's what he wanted to hear about the program, he ran with that side of the story. And
I just don't get with this guy having like a huge vendetta against our program. He just wants that thing to crash and burn.
Or like KF in general. Like, did KF do something to this guy? I don't know, man. But he wrote the piece today, and like, I'm sure a lot of people in here tonight, and if this was the 2019 version of the walk-ons, this whole segment might sound different. It might get us in real trouble.
But we're all 30 now, and honestly, I think the guy lives a sad life. And
I do too.
He's a loser, plain and simple.
Exactly.
He's a bum.
Yeah, there just are people in life that they don't seem to have a lot going for them, and this guy is hyper fixated on like some of the political issues in our country, and seems to look at everything that happens in his life through that lens, which is just
it's the most miserable way you could possibly live.
Miserable.
Yeah, he lives a sad existence.
Well, it just seems exhausting. I mean, I don't know why he's the guy hates being white, I guess. White is horrible to him, and it's crazy. I don't understand it. I hope that he's in a good spot. He's kind of worthless in the Iowa journalism space anymore, and that's about.
But he keeps opening his fucking mouth. So
I really don't like that he disrespected Kirk that much, Coach Ferentz that much after, and almost likened him in a way to Joe Paterno, and like was comparing that.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, buddy. I don't know what you got against him. I don't know if this is a clickbait sort of trying to be relevant thing, but tough look. And I think his career sort of reflects a lot of tough looks that he's had in the last 5 years. And I think that, you get what you earn, I guess.
You reap what you sow.
Yeah. So I know we probably disappointed a lot of you there. I'm sorry. Maybe some of you can see that we've matured. I don't know. I have 2 kids now. I don't have the energy to sit here and call someone a shitbag for 5 minutes. I just don't have it. Drake probably does, but I think Drake's even maybe.
I just don't have the interest anymore, dude. I've told that guy to lick my nuts so many times.
Yeah, it's not even worth it. It just is wild to me that at one point he was like one of the top 2 or 3 guys, it seemed, in the Iowa football reporting space, and he's just like falling off a cliff. So
he looks like a Muppet.
He looks like a Muppet now. There's some funny comments. I mean, have your fun, and he certainly is on one side of things. I think a lot of people are on the other side. It just, when you see the videos and the amount of people, and especially when he's basically, the whole thing is about race. And then you see like Bob Sanders get on there, and Desmond King and Jaleel Johnson and
T Daddy,
and like all these guys, you're like, it's just tough to be on that side of things and really have a lot of credence to what you're saying. So that's as far as we're going to go with it. We definitely saw it. I sent it to the guys today and said, well, he's still at it. And there was some more explicit things said. Again, maybe if it was 6 years ago, we'd share those messages, but we certainly aren't going to, because
I wrote a wild message.
Drake said, just know that anybody looking for the Drake just absurdity, it came out just in private, which is probably a good thing. Somebody on Twitter said, I know this live stream isn't necessarily the place, but y'all are going to have to address the Rob Powell article. Yeah. So everybody, a lot of people here from that. It is what it is. This is cool. Look at this. Rivals top 300, top 10 linebackers in the country. Tell me we ain't a linebacker school, baby.
Oh, we a linebacker school.
We've been a linebacker school, dog. Shout out to James Morris, Chris Kirksey, and Anthony Hitchens for really putting us on the map as a linebacker school. I mean, Greenway, I know.
You gotta go back a little further.
Greenway and Hodge, come on, man.
I know. You're right. I shouldn't have disrespected Greenway and Hodge.
Did you guys see
those 3 side by side were insane?
Definitely not Anger, though. Definitely not Pat.
Yeah, no. Pat.
No, I'm just kidding. Shout out. Pat.
I was gonna say Pat sucked. Actually, that was crazy. He was so bad at linebacker.
Can't believe they gave him 43.
Yeah, that's wild.
How good would it feel? Just the history of 43 at Iowa,
dude. It's such an elite
your freshman year, and like they gave you 43.
And now Shire's wearing it, right?
Yeah, he's playing good,
and he's flying around. No, the linebacker. So we, and
43 does have a great lineage, though.
Oh my God, it looks so good. You know what's crazy is our linebackers right now are 43 and 41, and I don't know.
Josie and Bo.
It looks a little bit like Josie and Bo running around out there, the way that those two move, like to me. And it might just be the numbers. I might be nuts, but they kind of look. I get some flashbacks. Like, wait a second, is that our guys out there? Did they go back in time? It does help that Julian Manson is in Iowa City and Kason Thomas is also from the state. So, we're keeping them home, but hey, we got some studs.
2 of the top 10 linebackers in the country are in the state of Iowa?
Yes, sir. And dude,
what?
This doesn't even, there's a group between these guys. So these guys are still in high school. I think it's their senior year. And, obviously we have Shire and Harrell and, oh God, I'm forgetting the other guy's name right now.
Rex Roth.
Rex Roth. There's this group, dude, of freshmen. Preston Rees was already on the freaks list.
Are they on the team now, or they're about to be?
They're freshmen right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna botch the other names. We have like 3 or 4 true freshman linebackers who are at Weiskopf. Derek Weiskopf, I think, is one of them. Cam Buffington, and dude,
Love that name.
And Buffington. Yeah, I was about to say, Kev, that's a strong name.
These guys are absolute units. They are poised to take over next year, a few of them, and they are going to be studs. So, the Wally Bear he talk about reload. That's all he does.
Dude, our defensive reload has been so incredible for like over a decade.
It's insane.
Our defense is so good, dude. If you want to play in the NFL, play defense at the University of Iowa.
Facts.
You'll get a shot.
Here's another crazy thing I just saw right before the podcast. This weekend, Miami, who's back in the top 10, Miami's got their program back a little bit right now. They will host the number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 6, 8, 11, 15, 16, 19, and 20th ranked wide receivers in the country. All on the same weekend. Bro.
The same weekend?
They've got 10 or 11 of the top 20 receivers in the entire country coming on the same recruiting weekend.
It's kind of weird.
It's almost like, hey, we're doing this on purpose. Which one of you is going to accept the offer first?
Yeah, I guess so.
It's kind of just them flexing and saying, like, this is how back we are. You want to play receiver at the U? We're back.
Miami would.
Miami would be a fucking cool school.
It would be
it would be insane.
So sick to go to Miami, bro.
Imagine being a high school kid going down to
Dade County. I was there earlier this year.
Was I?
It's a cool spot, man. It's a place where NIL could absolutely ruin your life.
So could herpes.
Well, there's a couple things that could just. Oh man. NIL, bro. Speaking of NIL, I got to get Brad on the podcast. He said, hey, just let me know when we bring you on. That's on me. I got to get Brad lined up. The Swarm is a partner of the Walk-Ons this year. God, I would love if we were just in the program right now, just getting a little chunk of change, right? A little rev share. The Swarm lets you do a couple community outreach things. Helps you buy a couple more burritos, Kev. 1's a snack, 2's a meal, 3's a feast. Right?
I did attempt 3 once. Didn't happen.
So you want to hear something crazy? I've got a friend named Cole Miller, and Cole Miller's a loyal listener of this podcast.
Shout out Cole.
From Muscatine, phenomenal athlete, very, very funny dude. And he once put down either 7 or 8 Poncheros burritos in one sitting. And there's a chance it was 9. And he's about 6'6",
right.
like
were they
200 pounds.
We're gonna pause record. Were they made in front of him, made like to go, or were they the catered burritos? Because there is
made to go.
That's like
with rice and beans.
Yes, single meat with rice and beans.
Okay, well that's just disgusting.
I mean, that's something that like a YouTube video needs to be done on.
Cole, can you redo it? And I believe it's Dr. Cole now at this point.
Wow. Shout out to Dr. Cole. He deserves a little chunk of change from the Swarm. Maybe we can get this guy an NIL deal through the Swarm Collective, Swarm Inc. Shout out to Brad and them. They're working their way through the NIL landscape right now with rev share. The way Eicholt explained it to me on today's show earlier was, with rev share now, you're able to give a decent little chunk to every player on the team. The Swarm is going to maybe focus on now adding on top to to those top 10, 15, 20 guys on the team that are deemed more valuable. And so to help keep our best, we need our best of Hawkeye Nation. If you're available and willing to help the Swarm out, join. You get perks for being a part of it. And
perks with a K or perks with a C?
I don't think that the Swarm Collective is handing out.
I got Kevin.
I'm pretty sure they're not handing out Percocet with a subscription to the Swarm, but I could be wrong. So yeah, that's sorry, Brad, for that being a part of the ad read there, but that's what you get around this place. And then again, shout out to Big Grove. We potentially are doing the thing there. That'll be really fun if we can get a bunch of walk-ons. We've never done anything in Des Moines. We've dabbled. We've thrown out some ideas. Obviously, Kevin and Grant are in different spots, but I'm right here local. So if me and Corey are able to put on a live show, I don't know what that could turn into, but that could be really great. And Big Grove is basically opening the doors. Just whatever you want to do it. Great food, great beer, and a great time if you want to go watch the Hawkeyes there. Swish, shout out to Swish, OG in the Patreon army. Swarm Perk 30s would be a hit.
School buses, the magic school bus.
Unreal. This oh boy. Okay. So this is what you get in the college football, Iowa review. You get 42 minutes of we haven't said a single thing, except for about Coach Wallace being a GOAT, which he is.
I've got a classified meeting that I got to leave for in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. Me and Kev will take it home, of course. My Crown on YouTube says Rutgers 28, Iowa 9. That is, if that happens, there's going to be some real conversations going on in the podcast.
What did he just predict? 27-9, not us?
Yeah, I don't know if he's an Iowa fan or not. On YouTube, you get a bunch of different people who file in. I don't know, boys, and I think we played Rutgers twice. Is that right?
We played them in Piscataway once.
Just our senior year to open the Big Ten schedule?
Junior
year. Okay. And we, I told the story.
Snuck out of there.
Well, we snuck out of there. And guys, I don't know if I'm misremembering. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. That's the most heated I've ever seen Coach Ferentz at a halftime.
Yeah. Yeah. Big pissed.
Brian was more pissed at me and Brady Ross our senior year at Michigan State.
That's fun.
He broke his hand because of me and B. Ross.
Yeah. Yeah, but I
do remember him. We're on the plane headed back, and he's already breaking down the film, and everyone's walking past him. He's just got this big old cast in his hand. He's barely writing with the two fingers. Yep. Yeah.
Kyle Reimer's right here says Iowa's 4-0 all time against Rutgers. That includes our 14-7 win against them. And
hard to stay perfect forever, but 5-0 is not that hard, and 1-0 is not that hard. That's all they got to do is go 1-0.
They got one game in front of them, 60 minutes of football. I don't think a game against Rutgers, and you could throw in Maryland because I consider them sort of similar. I don't think a game against one of these guys has ever been this crucial in a season. And the way
to go 8-0 was pretty.
8-0 was pretty big. In the undefeated season.
That was Maryland, right?
Yeah, our 8th game of 2015 was Maryland. Yep. Desmond pick 6, weave through everybody. Mabin block in the back potentially on that play, didn't get called.
Hey,
we're past the statute of limitations on that, so I think we're good. I look at the Indiana game as a sort of a barometer game, but you can't overlook this Rutgers team who is scoring a lot of points. Granted, they're beat up on the offensive line. I think they're down to a 3rd or 4th tackle on the right side this week.
So you're telling me that Herkett and Llewellyn are just going?
They are ready to feast.
Wait, you said they're down to a 4th string or just 4th overall tackle?
At least a 3rd string, potentially a 4th. I think Eichholt told me maybe a 4th string.
That kid's been on campus for 3 months,
and he's about to go up against one of a top.
Or he's either been on campus for 3 months, or he was never supposed to play in the first place.
Yeah. So shout out to our DNs. Time to have a game.
Oh right? Man, eat up.
And Shiano talked about how our D line is just a problem in general, and they're beat up on the O line, and that is Doc on YouTube here saying their secondary is depleted as well. So that could help with our still maybe lagging behind passing game, trying to get a little bit more momentum there. But boys, it It's a 2.5 point spread on FanDuel right now.
Really? Us and Rutgers is 2.5 points. That's the
2.5
state of our
points.
program.
That's where we're at right now with the books,
It's a tough
right?
spot, man. A Friday road game going to East Coast.
Yeah, it's a tough spot.
Short week, man.
And if they lose to Rutgers, I'm shutting the show down.
You won't.
It's over.
You won't.
It's what do I talk about? What do we talk about?
I don't know, but what's your career pivot?
Seriously, like I gotta send a letter to the team. Hey, boys, the income kind of resides on this game. You know.
Hey, I was listening to you last week or 2 weeks ago talk about how our viewership is up as high as it's ever been, and I just want that to. I just want to point out maybe a little correlation point that I just started showing up about 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that's how we're doing.
Yeah, no,
the kid does numbers.
We could run a study on that maybe later and see if there's something to do with that. But I don't think it hurts. I don't think it hurts at all. We've never announced that you're going to be on the episode, so I don't know if there's any real a ton of.
That's not true because in the labels of the episode names, you put my quotes.
Yeah, last week I did name the episode "When Will It Get Better?" Drake Kulick. Yeah, I thought that was a good one. By the way, I know we don't have a boss in this thing. We never had, we have no investors or anybody who really cares. But just between you and I, just us three having a conversation. I can't verify these, but they're directly from the Apple and Spotify platforms. You add in the YouTube, and congrats on 10 million, boys.
Pretty cool.
Hey.
That's a lot of downloads. That's a shitload of downloads. And just saying that.
Shout out to the Army.
Shout out to the Army, man, for sticking around. And Drake, you are right. This September is poised to be potentially the biggest month we've ever done. So 8 years into this thing, I didn't think that we'd be hitting all-time numbers. I'm just happy that the people that really, really buy in have stuck around. Ton of people on the Patreon buying in and being a part of the Army and helping us donate to the kids. It's just a crazy thing that we've been able to do here. And
Rogan's hitting all-time numbers in year 20. So,
well, Kevin said
he's been at it.
Kevin had a great idea, which kind of circles back to the start of the podcast. Is like, hey, maybe we just call it a job well done and we pivot to politics.
I am not educated enough,
I did not say politics.
Oh, I thought you said politics. I think it'd be great. Listen to us three shitheads just start talking about Israel and Palestine. I mean, hey, let's do it. So this is a big game. This is a big game. I just don't see how the boys aren't ready. This feels a little bit like the energy of when we went to Maryland in 21 and Cooper intercepted Tua's brother 12 times, took it back for a tutty. We broke a kid's leg. We put up 50 on him. I think we could have something here. And I have a bet.
Is this the breakout game?
It could be. It really could be. And especially, Kev, here's something. We haven't forced a turnover. They're the no boys right now.
Man.
That is the most...
Coach Wallace.
That's the most Coach Wallace shit ever.
That's the best shit I've ever heard.
And you know what's funny is it's actually going to motivate them in the exact way you want it to. Because nobody wants to hear it from Wallace. Nobody wants to hear it from Wallace.
Wampa. We got the fucking no boys around
5 stars.
here.
We paid you how much money, Wampa? 0 turnovers.
How much NIL you guys making? We got the fucking no boys out here. These guys couldn't get a pick to save their ass.
Some return on investment we got.
I'm going to call Brad Heinrichs. Tell him to take your checks away. Fucking no boys. I can hear him echoing through the halls, man. God, I love that guy. I hope he's the next head coach.
Oh, but then that's not.
I know
Coach
you're choosing
Woods,
one,
you
but
know?
I know
you got to choose one, and that's a shit spot.
It is a shit spot because they're both head coaches. They are.
For real. And you probably lose the other one, right? I mean, how does
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
one not go take a head job somewhere?
Yeah, no, I would say when KF moves on and one of them is considered, and I hope one of them is the guy, I would have to assume it's at that point they see it as a good time to like, okay, this
The
is where I try.
program loses me if they don't hire Wallace or KF.
Man,
I'm sorry, or Coach Woods.
I'm sure the program will be devastated.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of sad people over in Iowa City.
That's all I'm saying.
Mo RC. I started listening a few months ago. I remember years ago hearing your ad every time I turned on the radio and thought, fuck that guy. But you guys are the best. That guy on the radio was me. That's my voice. And dude, hey, Mo, I'm right there with you, man. I am sick and tired of hearing my voice.
What an amazing comment.
Amazing. So I guess let's get into it. Drake's got to go. You want to sign off here, Drake? We'll just let you go.
Yeah, boys. Have fun. See you next week, unless the world blows up. Peace.
Yeah, we appreciate it, and hopefully the world does not blow up. Drake Kulick, everybody. Hey, we got through that without him just totally derailing the show, huh? That's a win, Kev.
Yeah, we'll take it.
We'll take that, man.
Take it.
Eagle Point Solar. Real quick before we get into the FanDuel segment. Again, this is urgent. And you only get to hear this for another 13 days because September 31st is when they need to have the solar systems contracted by. So if in the next 2 weeks you have any interest, you've been thinking about solar, you're like, we've got some money laying around. This is a way we could potentially save money long-term. We could take our energy costs into our own hands because with rising energy bills, you never know where it's going to go. There's benefits as well. You can bank solar power into batteries, use it for other stuff. Like there's a lot of benefits here. Maybe not for everybody, but you never know unless you reach out. Contact eaglepointsolar.com and you could potentially be saving cash on your energy each month. Again, the tax benefit goes away after December 31st, so they need to have people contracted by the end of this month. Shout out to Eagle Point Solar. Getting power from the sun, just taking advantage of that sun, taking it out back, Kev, and just
having your way with the sun,
milking it. They're just milking the sun.
Non-consensual taking.
Just didn't even ask. That's not how they want us to ask. God damn. We're 0 for 2 with the Swarm and the Eagle Point tonight. We got a segment around here called Awards Winners. Kevin. Yeah. Dude, I haven't won a bet in like 3 weeks.
So I saw Grant was real upset. He's like, I leave the pod for 1 day, and they failed to recap Awards winners.
Didn't even do the segment.
A few weeks later, he's like, conveniently, Kluber went 0-3.
Dude, my record's so bad this year. So
hey, you just gotta start. You gotta take Grant's approach and start throwing a bunch of shit out there to claw your way back.
You're right. And maybe we start here tonight. Maybe I'll do like 5. I'll tell you this. I usually end with the Iowa Hawkeyes. I'm starting with them tonight. Kev, I have a 3-team parlay, a 3-pick parlay that is 2 for 3. And the Iowa Hawkeyes are the last leg. Let me tell you what it is. Monday Night Football rolled around and the Bucks were playing. And I love what Baker Mayfield's doing. He's had a resurgence. And I'm like, you know what? Bucks are like plus 2.5. I'm taking them straight up money line. Bink. 20-19. As the underdog. The Chargers were playing somebody, and I liked them as a slight favorite. Bink. That's 2. And then I threw an alternate spread. Iowa Rutgers. I'm feeling confident. Again, like you said, this might be the breakout game. I'm feeling it. 6.5 point alt spread. Past that 2.5 to give me a little bit more juice.
What's the juice on that?
It's a plus 750 parlay.
Okay.
And we are a Hawkeye win, touchdown win away from hitting on that. And so I'm taking the Hawks. But Kev, I'm not just taking the Hawks. I'm taking them on the alternate spread. For the first time ever, making the dumb decision. Give me the Hawks.
Just give away 4 points?
I'm giving it away. I'm that confident. Give me the Hawks 6.5. Alternate spread. People at home are saying, you dummy. The FanDuel odds are giving you 2.5. No. On the Blue app, slide that thing to the right and give me 6.5. Zach Kluver, my brother, betting aficionado, gives out picks on the internet. If you find him and my other brother's picks, I'll give you a shirt. SMU TCU over 64.5, he says, is the play. There you go. Take me to Maryland, Wisconsin. This is a game where it's like, oh, Wisconsin, are they going to win a game this year? I think they'll beat Middle Tennessee.
They've won a couple games, yeah.
This is like a 10.5, huh? Maryland might get them. There might be value there for Maryland to win that game outright. No, the Badgers aren't going to get a lot of wins this year. This is going to be one of them. Give me Wisconsin minus 10.5. And
I think a lot of money is coming on Maryland. I think that line started around 2 touchdowns.
Give me the Badgers, even though they burned me last week in Tuscaloosa. You know what? The SMU TCU over, I'll listen to my brother. 64.5. Give me the over. North Texas at Army. North Texas destroyed Washington State last week. I mean, just like by 30 points. And they're a 2.5-point favorite at Army. Give me the Service Academy to cover. I'll never bet against the boys in blue. Red, white, and blue, that is. And then let's do one more. Ooh, big game in the Big 12. Utah, Texas Tech. 16 versus 17. I'm a big fan of Utah. I like the Utes. Give me them, minus 2.5 at home. That's my 5. Grant, your job is to listen back to this, which I know you will, and make the graphic. Because, again, if...
I want him... No, I don't want him to make a graphic. I want him to make a video that's going to be 5 minutes long of him just listing.
Yeah, Grant, we need your video up on Twitter by Friday morning. Kev, it's your time to
All right. I am going to take Iowa, but I am just going to do the 2.5 because
smart.
Because why wouldn't you? Right? I'm
going to look like a genius, though. I hope you know.
Yeah, minus the 2.5. I also like the under in this game.
That's sitting at 46.5.
46.5. I will take the under in this game.
Yeah.
I Rutgers wants to be able to run the ball first.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to get a lot of running clock.
Yeah.
Kaliak Manis, like, really?
Yeah.
He ain't him.
He's not that guy, pal.
He's not that guy. They do have a couple of tall receivers though, but he's not that guy. Okay. I like the under in this game. Then I've got Ole Miss minus 12.5.
Ole Miss adjacent fan over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Versus Tulane. They lost a ton of talent this year, but they've reloaded and they look pretty sharp so far.
I like Lane Kiffin.
You are allowed to like Lane Kiffin. He is unapologetically himself.
I like him. And I know he rubs a lot of people the wrong way. I think I like him.
And then this Illinois-Indiana game is really interesting.
Ooh, banger game.
Illinois plus 5.5. It feels really trappy. I think this is going to be a close game.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Illini plus the 5.5.
Love that. Ranked Big Ten matchup this week.
Yes, I mean, I tried to look up if there's an injury there I don't know about. I couldn't find anything. So I'm going to take the Illini plus the 5.5. Short road trip over to Bloomington.
I know you like a good rivalry. Apple Cup this weekend. Washington State. Washington minus 20.5 in a rivalry, dude.
Oh man,
give me the Huskies. It's at Wash State.
Dude, shit like that just makes me feel sad where like college football is gone. Like
facts.
Used to be like a great Pac-12 game, and
yeah.
I'm glad they still play at least, but
yeah,
I don't know.
Starting to get into a lot of good football though. There's some fun games. Anything else on the Rutgers game, or should we call it? Did we do it?
Hawks by at least 2.5, hopefully 6.5, but probably by 1 million.
Maybe 1 million.
Maybe 1 million.
We appreciate everybody joining us on the lives. Catch this tomorrow if you didn't get all of it on the podcast platforms. Go back and listen to the iCold episode from earlier today. And again, we're here all week, every week during the season. Patreon.com/washedupwalk-ons if you want 2 extra shows every single week. Throw in those bets on the FanDuel app. Shout out to all of our other sponsors. We will see you guys for a Rutgers week.